So, one of the things that I had dreamed of when I was going through a tough period in my life was to be spoken to on the level and from the heart and with gentleness and kindness and compassion instead of a lot of the harsh criticism and judgment and cancellation and irritation that was thrust upon me in my darkest hours, and when things got really intense and people couldn't handle what they were empathically feeding off of me, a lot of the anger and sadness that I was carrying around with me. Anyhow, I was talking to someone today and I told her how I've always wanted to make a video about just coming out with how I would want to be spoken to, and she said that it was a really good idea, that I should do it. So here goes. The number one question that I want to be asked when I'm dealing with a very complex situation, even if the solution is simple in your mind, as somebody who is showing concern and wanting to step in and throw in and help me out, is what have you tried already that hasn't worked? Can you imagine being asked that when you're in the absolute dungeon of catch-22s, clauses and conditionals and letdowns, misunderstandings, misgivings, actual abuse and neglect, sometimes criminal behavior, to simply be asked from the gentlest, kindest, most compassionate spirit, what have you tried already that hasn't worked? And what I like about that, what I love about that, is that it honors, first of all, your willingness to try to pull yourself out of the situation. It honors that. It assumes that you're still in the fight and that you're very much on board, even as you're feeling overwhelmed and crushed and bloody pilloried by the slings and arrows of misfortune, or other people's cruelty and other people's hate and their projections on you. Can you imagine being asked that and feeling all of the sincerity behind that? Because that person knows that you're someone that wants to pull yourself out of this situation, but you may be running out of hope and options, and you may feel backed against a wall, and that a lot of things are going to fail in spite of your best efforts, not because you lack fortitude, not because you lack drive or initiative or ambition, and certainly not because you lack courage or faith or love. And there, I said it. That's what I would want to be asked. So what have you done so far that hasn't worked? And then another way that I would like to be spoken to is someone who is very much not her story. I keep saying that to people. I am not my story. I am the same person I was before things got, in the opinion of others, messed up beyond recognition or so bad. I'm still that same person underneath it all. And I'm not asking to be sympathized with so much as to be seen for all that I bring to the table and all that I'm worth, all that I am, all that any of us is, because you're just seeing a reflection of yourself off of me. If there's anything you may have admired about me to even cause you to take interest or concern in my well-being, it's because you're seeing a part of you reflected off of me, that is the namaste that people speak of in the East, that light that is reflected, that we reflect off each other. And it's a constant reminder that, we all have this oneness that we can use to help bridge those gaps, the differences that divide us, the ones that we create in our minds, because of the fiction that is written by the mind script. Is that the first I said, or have I been saying throughout this whole video? Anyhow, I'm a little bit tired from my day, but I'm not out for the count. I hope this helps. The next time you have a friend or a loved one that's going through a lot, you just want to rush in there and scoop them up and sweep them off their feet, and you want to take care of this and that, and you want to just commandeer their whole life and plan everything out for them just so that you don't have to vicariously feel pain along and with them. Just remember, you know, if this person is actually worth your time at all, you have to believe and trust in them. And it's not going to help them if you re-traumatize them by asking them to basically go through all the things that they've already done just because that's part of your due diligence. Okay? Just speaking for my personal experience, it's a lot more comforting to just be acknowledged and accepted for who you are, what you have to offer, than to be found fault with, or to see how many stones you left unturned, and to critique someone and judge them, you know, for not being where you want them to be at or where they want to be at. Okay, so when life is hard, go gentle.